One pattern: emotionally unavailable. People repeat so consistently that once you see it, you can't unsee it. They don't disappear. They don't ghost right away. They don't even seem cold at first. Instead, they do something far more confusing. They show interest without offering access. They lean in just enough to keep you engaged, but never enough to let you feel secure. And every time you try to get closer, something subtle happens. They pull back. Not dramatically, not aggressively, just enough to restore distance. That's the pattern. Emotionally unavailable people don't avoid connection. They avoid dependence. Psychologically, this usually comes from early attachment wounds, environments where closeness felt unsafe, inconsistent, or conditional. So they learn a rule early in life: connection is risky, distance is control, and that rule becomes their operating system. Here's how it shows up in real life. They'll open up, but only after you do. They'll share feelings, but never fully. They'll be present, but not reliable. They'll say they care, but avoid defining anything. And when you ask for clarity, they get vague. Not because they don't understand what you're asking, but because clarity would require emotional responsibility, and that's what they're avoiding. Here's the part most people miss. Emotionally unavailable people are often very emotionally aware. They can read the room. They can sense your mood. They can even be deeply empathetic. But awareness is not availability. Availability means being willing to stay emotionally present when things become uncomfortable, when expectations form, when vulnerability increases, when consistency is required. That's the line they won't cross. When things feel light, they're engaged. When feelings deepen, they create distance. When you pull away, they return. Not because they miss you, but because distance feels safe until it becomes abandonment. Then they re-engage just enough to stabilize the connection again. This isn't manipulation in the cartoon villain sense. It's self-protection on autopilot. And here's where people get stuck. They assume, if I explain myself better, if I'm more patient, if I prove I'm safe. But emotionally unavailable people don't become available through reassurance. They become available through internal work, usually after repeated relational loss or intentional therapy. You cannot love someone into emotional capacity. You can only exhaust yourself trying. There's one question that cuts through all confusion. Do their actions create emotional safety or emotional uncertainty? Emotionally available people reduce ambiguity over time. Emotionally unavailable people maintain it. If months go by and you still feel like you're guessing where you stand, that's not chemistry, that's avoidance. And here's the hardest truth. Emotionally unavailable people don't fear losing you. They fear needing you. Needing someone means surrendering control, and control is how they survive emotionally. So they keep one foot out, always. If you've been affected by someone like this, understand something important. You weren't asking for too much. You were asking the wrong person. And the moment you stop chasing emotional availability from someone who doesn't have it, your nervous system finally relaxes. Because peace doesn't come from being chosen inconsistently. It comes from choosing environments and people that can meet you where you are. That's not bitterness. That's psychological maturity. And once you see this pattern clearly, you don't personalize it anymore. You think again.